Okay, we are supposed to find out what is f of root 3 by 2. I'm going to differentiate with respect to x. So when I differentiate the definite integral, I'll use Leibniz rule. Differentiate the upper limit. Differentiation of sin x is cos x. In place of t, you put upper limit. This is f of sin x. Anyways, differentiation of lower limit is 0 because it's constant. Root 3 by 2 into x, differentiation is root 3 by 2. So if I want to get f of root 3 by 2, okay, I'm going to put x is equal to pi by 3 because sin 60 is root 3 by 2, right? So here I'm going to put x is equal to root 3 by 2. So I'm going to put x is equal to pi by 3. So you get cos 60 is half. Okay, sin 60 is root 3 by 2 is equal to root 3 upon 2. So this 2 and 2 cancels. F of root 3 by 2 is root 3. That's the last option, D. Okay, now here f of x plus f of 1 upon x, okay, is equal to f of x will be equal to 1 to x log t upon 1 plus t. F of 1 by x will be equal to integration of 1 to 1 upon x. 1 to 1 upon x, this is log t upon 1 plus t, and then this is dt. Okay, now if I bring it to this, if I want to bring it to the same form, 1 to x, and then this is log t upon 1 plus t. Here upper limit is x, here upper limit is 1 upon x. So I'm going to put here for the second integral, you put t equal to 1 by u. If I differentiate, you get dt is equal to minus 1 by u square into du. Okay, even the limits will change. When t is equal to 1, u is equal to 1. When t is equal to 1 by x, you will get u is equal to x. Okay, and then this will be equal to integration of 1 to x. This is equal to log of 1 upon x, 1 upon u. 1 plus 1 by u, and this dt will be equal to minus 1 by u square into du. Okay, now this can be written as integration of 1 to x log t upon 1 plus t, log t upon 1 plus t dt. Okay, and the right side you will get this as integration of 1 to x. Okay, 1 to x log 1 by u can be written as minus log u, and if you cross multiply you get u plus 1 divided by u. Okay, and then this is minus 1 by u square into du. So this will cancel. You get integration of 1 to x log t upon 1 plus t dt. Okay, plus integration of 1 to x. Definite is independent of variable. I can write this as log t upon t into t plus 1. T plus 1 and then dt. So between these two, I am going to take integration of 1 to x, limit 1 to x. So you get log t upon 1 plus t, plus this is log t upon t into t plus 1. T plus 1, close the bracket, this is dt. Integration of 1 to x. Okay, I take log t upon 1 plus t common. Log t upon 1 plus t common. Left out is 1 plus 1 by t. Okay, close the bracket, this is dt. Okay, so this can be written as integration of 1 to x, okay, log t upon 1 plus t. If you cross multiply, this is 1 plus t. If you cross multiply, you get t plus 1 upon t, and then this is dt. Anyways, this will get cancelled. Integration of 1 to x, this will be equal to log t into 1 by t dt. Okay, so I can write this as integration of 1 to x, this is log t. 1 by t can be written as d of log t. D of log t is 1 by t dt. Okay, so this is equal to integration of log with respect to log will be log x the whole square. So this is log t the whole square. okay, upon 2 between the limits 1 to x. So 1 by 2 upper limit will be equal to log x the whole square, okay, lower limit is log 1 the whole square. So this is upper limit will be equal to log x the whole square minus lower limit is log 1 the whole square. Okay, log 1 to any base is 0, you get 1 by 2 log x the whole square. Answer is option C. Okay, now follow carefully. I take this integral 1 to x e to the power of t divided by t plus a, and then this is dt. I'm going to put t plus a equal to u. Okay, so I get dt is equal to du, even the limits will change. Okay, when t is equal to 1, u is equal to 1 plus a. When t is equal to x, u is equal to x plus a. Okay, so this is equal to integration of, this is 1 plus a. When t is equal to x, that's right, this is x plus a. So this will be equal to x plus a e to the power of, the value of t from this will be equal to u minus a. So this is e to the power of u minus a upon, this is u, and dt is equal to du. Okay, now I'm going to take e to the power of minus a common. I can write this as 1 plus a, and then this x plus a, e to the power of u, e to the power of minus a divided by u into du. Okay, I'm going to take e to the power of minus a common. Integration of lower limit is 1 plus a, and upper limit is x plus a. Upper limit is x plus a, e to the power of u into du. E to the power of u divided by u du. So this can be written as e to the power of minus a. Follow carefully. I can write this as 1 plus a, okay, and then x plus a. Independent of variable, right? I can write e power t divided by t into dt. No problem. Definite is independent of variable. So e to the power of minus a, this can be written as 1 plus a to 1. Okay, e to the power of t divided by t into dt, plus integration of 1 to x plus a. 1 to x plus a e to the power of t divided by t dt. Why am I doing all this? How should I know? I should use this condition, right? All the options are in terms of fx only, na? I should use this condition. It is given in the question that fx is equal to integration of lower limit is 1, upper limit is x, e to the power of t divided by t into dt. Okay, so this is equal to e to the power of minus a, integration of, if I reverse the limits, I get a minus sign. So I get a minus sign here, you get e to the power of t divided by t into dt. This is okay. Again 1 to x plus a. Okay, 1 to x plus a, e to the power of t divided by t dt. Okay, now this can be written as e to the power of minus a, okay, minus of 1 to, if it is limit 1 to x e power t divided by t, then it is f of x. This will be equal to f of 1 plus a. This is f of 1 plus a, this is f of x plus a. Okay, that's the answer, guys. This is equal to e power minus a into a bracket, you will get f of x plus a. This is equal to, first I'll write f of x plus a, f of x plus a minus f of 1 plus a. Okay, that's the answer, guys. F of x plus a minus f of 1 plus a plus, answer will be equal to option A. 58 is option f of x plus a minus f of 1 plus a into e to the power of minus a, right? E to the power of minus a, e to the power of minus a, last option, right? So e to the power of minus a, f of x plus a, f of 1 plus a, last option D only. Okay, this is two steps. If I differentiate with respect to x, You get in 2 steps, guys. Use Leibniz rule, differentiate the upper limit, you get 1. In place of t you put upper limit, you get f of t plus t. Okay, differentiation of lower limit is 0 because it is constant. Pi is a constant, 0. Differentiation of t square is 2t. Now f of t is equal to minus 2t minus t. You get f of t is equal to minus 3t. Okay, so f of t is equal to minus 3t. I am supposed to find out what is the f of minus pi by 3. You will get this as minus 3 into minus pi by 3. This will cancel, you get answer plus pi. Okay, answer is option A. I is equal to integration of 0 to pi box of cos 6 dx. Okay, call this, we did one more 2020 paper, box of cot x dx we did. Okay, now 0 to a f of x dx, I'll use King's property. 0 to a f of x dx is equal to 0 to a f of a minus x dx. Okay, so I is equal to integration 0 to pi, change x to upper limit minus x, you will get this as cos of pi minus x. Cos of pi minus x dx. I is equal to 0 to pi. Okay, cos of pi minus x is minus cos x. Okay, call this is equation 2. Now if I add equations 1 and 2, I plus I will be equal to 2i, and this is equal to 0 to pi. Okay, so this is equal to box of cos x plus box of minus cos x, box of minus cos x and then dx. Okay, now I told you this before as well. Whenever x is an integer, box of minus x will be minus box x. But if x is not an integer, box of minus x will be minus box x minus 1. You shift on the left side, you get box of minus x plus box x is equal to minus 1. So this is 2i is equal to, okay, 2i is equal to integration 0 to pi, this is minus 1 dx. Integration of dx is x, this is 2, between the limits 0 to pi, you get I is equal to minus pi by 2. Lower limit is 0. Okay, answer is last option D. Thanks for watching, guys.